Good afternoon. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this, your boy Zay.
Good day.
Yeah, we're here with another episode of the Pencil Pushers Project, episode
44.
44. I am here joined with Jay, one half of the Pencil Pushers Project. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Sir. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. I got some coffee. I'm ready to go. As always, we thank you for listening. We thank all returning. We thank new subscribers. We are on all social media platforms: Twitter, Reddit. Not really Reddit.
No, we're not on Reddit. That's the Wall Street boys. That's the mother.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you name it, we're there. We are on all streaming services. So please, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your grandma, and as always, welcome to the episode. So, how are you doing today? I mean, we already asked you that.
Well,
how do you want to open up your opening statements for the podcast?
Well, I don't have really any opening statements. We can hop into some, like I said last week, our rest in pieces. So,
yes, Sophie died. Did you see that? Sophie, the singer. You don't know what that is? Capitalized SOPHIE. Sophie, who lives in Greece. Fuck. All right.
No, I was.
Oh, who are you talking about?
Cecily Tyson.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What? But I mean, I didn't know.
Yeah, Sophie.
So we'll start with Cecily Tyson. For those of you who don't know who this is, she is an actress, pretty much a icon. Not even for just. I know the first thing people think about is what she's done for black actors, black people, and that's certainly a huge contribution that she's made. But just in general, to be in the space for most of her life, kind of goes without saying. I mean, she's won Emmy, she's won Tony, she's very much accomplished. She's what they call everyone's movie grandma.
Yep.
If you will. So she had just did an interview, I think, with Gayle King a couple of days ago before she passed. And yeah, man, this one hurts. This one hurts. Even like I said, with her living to be 96 and definitely accomplishing a lot in her life.
Quite a bit.
This is just another one of our greats, another one of our legends who have made their contribution into this world, and they've done a job well done. So, anything you want to add?
Long life, man. 96. That's a milestone. Most of these celebrities' deaths, most of them don't even make it past 60. It seems like so.
Yeah, but I mean, she's always looked great. She's always been, very much lively for her age. Still working. Still, I think she recently did a Tyler Perry movie, or she was in a Tyler Perry movie. Several.
A bunch of them.
Well, I'm just saying the most recent ones I could think about, but she's still been working, and that's one of the things about being an actor. I think an actor is probably maybe one of the few professions where you can really do until you ain't here no more.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but she was still working. She was still working, and condolences to her family, condolences to her friends, her loved ones, and we say thank you for everything that you've done for the people who've come after you. I'm sure she's inspired, our modern day, Viola Davises of the world, actresses of the sort, and again, I'm happy to say that she lived to be, almost 100 years old. So, rest in peace to Cecily Tyson.
Absolutely, rest in peace. And of course, thank you for everything you did.
Did you want to talk about Sophie? I don't really know her like that.
So. Sophie is a Grammy nominated electronic artist. I know who she is because she did a couple songs with rappers, of course, because world music. And I'm familiar with her music. Actually, I feel like she was really just now hitting her stride. She was only 35. Like, she died really young, and nobody knows how she died yet. It just came out maybe a couple hours ago. So, but Sophie, she I don't know, she did a lot for real, and like I said, Grammy nominated. Her catalog speaks for itself, and she's been making music for a couple years now. But you know, if y'all want to check her out, y'all can just look up Sophie, SOPHIE. Rest in peace, of course. Nobody saw this coming, and you know, that's really all I got to say about it.
Well, again, I don't really know her that well, but 35 is definitely gone too soon in my estimation, and it's definitely sad to see a young. You said she was kind of hitting her stride.
Yeah, she got nominated for the Grammys, I think a year or two ago. Like, she was really like starting to blow for real.
Yeah, so it's definitely unfortunate. Once again, condolences to her family, condolences to her friends and loved ones, and rest in peace. Hopefully, the news, once we do find out the cause of death, hopefully it's nothing that's too tragic, even though just death itself is, at that age, is definitely tragic. I'm just turned 35, so I'm I want to feel like I have a long life left to live, but when you hear stuff like that, people dying that's young, it always just kind of puts things into perspective, man. You never know. So I do have one more. Rest in peace, John Chaney, who some of you may know if you're familiar with college basketball. He was a Temple coach, well over close to like 25 years.
Yeah.
He passed away. He just actually celebrated his 89th birthday, and he passed away. Hall of Fame coach. I think he was inducted in 2000, early 2000s, and he's basically a legendary coach. And a lot of people, a lot of young men who he's taught and coached and have had the opportunity to take his wisdom have been, well off because of that. And we just want to send our condolences to him. And again, this is in the college basketball space, a legendary coach, even for a smaller school like Temple. But he's had Coach of the Year honors. I think they won the national championship in 78, I believe. He's been to over 17 NCAA tournaments with Temple. So rest in peace to him. Again, 89. It is good to say that.
Long life.
And that's what it's all about. So, yeah, man, I think as we I like to kind of highlight, not like to, but it's always kind of good that you can highlight people who've lived a long life and have made contributions, because it kind of helps to put things into perspective as far as like my own personal life and the things I want to try to accomplish and things I want to try to do to even just now, because like I said, you never know when your time may come. So, so we just wanted to pay our respects to those individuals, and we will move into.
I got a question real quick. Wait, where are you about to move into?
Just the Robin Hood records.
Robin Hood? Okay, yeah. This kind of coincides.
No, go ahead.
You ever feel like it's too much going on?
There's always too much going on. What do you say? What's your definition of too much? What's your definition of too much going on?
Well, I know like people say that we have these phones that bring in a wealth of information, like a lot. It's a lot of stuff going on. You always got notifications buzzing. You clear your notifications bar, then before you know it, your notifications bar is full again with a bunch of other stuff. And I don't know, man. I feel like this week was just a lot. It was just a lot going on. And it felt like my phone was constantly buzzing with a bunch of information that I may or may not care about, but I don't know, it's weird, man.
I mean, you gotta think about it in totality. You have not too long ago we had the storming of the Capitol, one of the craziest things that we witnessed and saw. Mm-hmm. Now going into this week, we have the next topic we're finna get into, or pardon me, about to get into, is the stock market. I should say stock market fiasco, but the Robinhood fiasco. Robinhood, for those of you who may not be familiar with, is a trading app typically for stocks. They recently started incorporating crypto in the recent history as well. Not to be confused with Robinhood NYC, which I think is like a homeless organization to help the homeless, because the dude was getting his Twitter like,
yeah, they were fucking my man.
They was beating his back in, and he's like, yo, well, I just help people I help people, man. Like, so not to be confused with Robinhood NYC. If you have harassed him in error, make amends by donating,
please,
to the cause. But Robinhood, apparently, there was a situation where I think there was a few stocks, AMC, GameStop, and the short end of the story, the short part of the story is that Robinhood saw some shit that was going on.
Hey, so you poor people,
you brokies. I know y'all not trying to make money off our platform. So that's what you're not gonna do. So I think GameStop had like a 500% run up.
Nah, it was higher than that. It was high.
Well, just
I mean, I know you,
but just to give you a framework, of super high run up. I'm not sure about AMC or but there's also Dogecoin.
Yeah.
As well in the crypto space. And these stocks had pretty much just had a insane amount of surplus in a short period of time, which alerted Robinhood. I think Webull as well.
Webull, Ameritrade, it was all of them.
So
it was pretty much any major stockbroker you could think of. It messed them up.
Yeah. So basically, the powers that be, if you will, came in and said, "Stop the trades.
Stop everything.
Stop it all.
Stop. You can't do anything with your money. No.
Nope. Not what we finna do." So, which has infuriated a lot of
people,
individuals, because they notice, hey, I can't make these trades. I can't make, you know what I mean? So
I can't be rich.
So basically, you have a situation where the rules of the game only apply to a certain demographic of people. Mm-hmm. So there are rich folks that do this all the time, and it's just called the nature of the business. And now you have not so rich people who are coming up and taking advantage of this, and now it's considered manipulating the market.
Yeah.
So, which is typically illegal, but again, that rule only applies on one side of the coin, apparently. So, I didn't come up like you came up. I made a few $100, but you came up.
I came with quite a bit,
quite nicely.
I came with quite a bit.
Well, allegedly, because I don't want them run up.
Oh yeah, you're right. I don't need them busting out my door.
but what is your biggest takeaway from this? Just this entire.
Bernie Sanders tried to warn you niggas. Hey, honestly though, this is what he was talking about. He tried to say, hey, look, this is what's going on. Y'all fucking up. And I think, by the way, I'm just talking shit. But for real though, okay. But I mean, it's true though. He kind of did warn everyone about this. But I don't know, man. It's kind of a surreal moment, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't feel like it. It feels like something we always knew, but never witnessed, if that makes sense.
At least not from the little guy.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't think this would be possible during any other time. Like, what? Reddit didn't exist, 10 years ago? Or maybe it did, I don't know. But like 20 years ago, I know for sure it didn't exist. So, it's certain things that I will say that I can't see it happen during any other time, but I'm glad it is. I'm glad we're starting to finally see things like this because I think it's kind of overdue.
Well, I think this is what happens with the power of, honestly, there's always like a dark side of the internet and a dark side of social media, but typically the allure of social media was always to try to connect people.
You're right.
And we've seen that manifest in different ways. You've seen musicians who probably would have never met each other get together, collaborate with music. You see people who they found a way to entertain people on social media platforms. Now they're connected to, they got shows now, i.e.
Right.
Issa Rae. So they've used the power of social media to connect with people and further along their lives and their causes. And to me, this is another demonstration of that. So I don't know what's going to happen when the dust settles here. I do feel like Robinhoods, Weebles of the world, different trading platforms are going to probably try to reinforce certain regulations, or even with the SEC intervening, they're probably going to have certain regulations on trades going forward to try to prevent something like this from happening in the future. I think the challenge with that is that you can't stop people from communicating with each other.
Exactly.
You can't. The internet's the internet. So there's private Reddit pages, there's Discords, there's all these different platforms of communicating with people, and I made what I think we've kind of talked about it off mic, what may be kind of a reach, but you have a certain sentiment, honestly, even going back into last year, of just an uprising towards the powers that be, the status quo, the government, so on and so forth. Going back to the George Floyd situation. You know what I mean? And you have people who's tearing shit up in the city.
Right.
Fast forward to just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, the Capitol
storming. And now you have the situation now where, again, people saw an opportunity. Apparently some dudes on Reddit. Some dudes on a Reddit group.
Which is crazy.
Got together.
What a place.
And Reddit is an interesting place.
Reddit is interesting.
I will tell you that.
I honestly, you could really spend an entire day on Reddit because there's some wild shit on Reddit.
There's conversations to be had on Reddit. Not even to have, just to read.
Yeah.
On Reddit, and they are fascinating to say the least.
Yeah.
So to me, it was only a matter of time before something like this kind of transpired. What happens next? I don't know for sure, but I think this kind of gives somewhat of a larger appeal to cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
For the simple fact that,
if anything, that's what's about to happen.
The appeal of cryptocurrency is the fact of decentralization, to where they don't have to deal with certain types of regulations that you would have to deal with trading normal stocks. Now, yes, of course, there's volatility issues, there's security issues that people will want to be aware of. So this isn't an endorsement publicly to say, yo, go look into crypto, but I think this is gonna make people consider the appeal of being able to be a part of a trading space that doesn't have government interference, or very, very minimal. Because the government's gonna try. I think they're gonna try to find a way into that.
Right. Of course they are.
You know what I'm saying? But just at this point, very, very limited government interference.
Do you think like these popular stockbrokers are gonna start taking crypto off their things now because of this? I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe not possibly, but I think more so than anything, a lot of what these platforms do is they allow you to trade usually for free.
Mm-hmm.
I think they may.
You think Robinhood Gold about to become?
They might. They may.
Like that's it.
They may have certain restrictions with free trading, and then you gotta have to pay some money if you want to.
Yeah.
Have some other features. So, I think that may be the alternative. I don't know for sure, but
that would make sense though.
Yeah, because they're gonna try to deter like basically just like I said, have very, very minimal trading options at their free price.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want to be able to make certain types of options with trading, and I'm no trade expert, so I'm not. Don't look for no big words from me. But just in terms of just services that these platforms will offer, they're gonna have a paywall to where you're gonna have to pay X amount for certain types of
like the $5 monthly subscription,
something like that. Something I think that could be an option.
I can see that.
But like you said, I mean, I could see a situation. Now, granted, I don't really know. Even like Robinhood, Robinhood, they have a few coins on there anyway, so it's not like they have a ton of coins on there.
Right.
Same with Webull. Webull has, I mean, you have like your I don't even say your big boys, but your mains, your Bitcoins, your Ethereums, Ethereum Classic, handful of coins anyway. So it's because most people who trade crypto they probably don't. I don't use Robinhood for crypto. I don't use Webull for crypto.
Right.
So most people are already using different exchanges anyway. But I do think they probably may still look to.
They'll probably keep it.
Yeah.
But like you said, they're gonna probably put it behind the paywall.
So
if I had to guess, I feel like if you didn't get in now, like they're about to. Like, I'm glad I got in when I got in, and because I feel like if you already hold like these coins, then you can't charge people who are already in. But
yeah, they're gonna deter like I said, their moves now are about affecting the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't affect it now. If you're in, you're in. But I do think it. Like I said, man, I feel like this is necessary because if you notice, they attacked 3 different things in these last, like you said, George Floyd, that was a social issue.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had the Capitol, that's political, and now you got this, which is economical. Like these are three different incidents that have occurred in less than a year, and these aren't like small incidents. These are global changing incidents.
Yeah, they're major.
They're major.
Very major. Yeah.
I feel like this is going to affect a lot, and I do think people are going to start moving over to crypto a lot more, which maybe that's what they want.
They who? The
stock market people. Nah, that can't be what they want.
Nah, I can't say that. I just think that people who are more and to be honest with you, I don't really think that many people will well let me walk that back. I just talked off mic, we talked about Elon Musk. He put Bitcoin in his bio.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Dorsey put Bitcoin in his bio. I've heard Mark Cuban being in a lot of conversations recently about cryptocurrency. So you're starting to see a lot of public faces who are endorsing crypto. And I think that will be the biggest thing, more so than anything else, that would drive an audience to consider crypto. But it's like I said, I think the appeal more than anything would be being decentralized and people who are the way people feel about our government right now.
Yeah, I'm about to say, y'all. If anything, they gave them the fuel.
I just feel like people are really looking to. They're just really looking to try to minimize anything in their lives that they would have to do to deal with government.
Yeah.
So.
And I feel like I said, I feel like they gave them a reason. 'Cause this is, when you think about it, most of the people who make money from the stock market, who like really make the big bucks, that might be like 5 or 10%, like in reality. 90% of those people are what they call retail traders, which I didn't even know that's what we were called, was retail traders. I had no idea, but 90% of the market is probably retail traders, just people who are just, investing because their mom told them to, something like that. And so when you finally give them evidence saying, yo, well, this whole thing was designed so you can stay a retail trader now, and then on top of that, you're not even hiding it anymore. You kind of just put it out there on Front Street. Yeah. And so now when even let's say 20% of that market, let's say 20% of these people just say, you know what, fuck stocks altogether. Let's go to crypto. That's a major blow. And that's actually what's going to push crypto to the next level, will be these people who are just done with it altogether. Because honestly, Dogecoin just started off a meme. I think that shit's going to hit $1. I think all these shit's about to hit $1. Not within like the next couple weeks, but I think eventually, because I think people are going to remember this.
Well, I think once people start to look into crypto, because the technology is the allure of crypto as well. The blockchain technology.
Yeah.
But what's going to make people really try to gravitate to it is the utility of it. Like right now, what's holding a lot of people back is I can't pay my bills with Bitcoin. I can't pay
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So they have to make the appeal to it to be more of a you can use it like day to day and like day to day functions. You could pay for your gas with Bitcoin. You could buy groceries with Bitcoin. You could buy, just different things with cryptocurrency to try to, I don't want to say replace the dollar, but I mean, we're printing off money like shit. So, I mean,
exactly.
So the what we do know is that the value of the dollar is going to continue to decrease as it's been doing
for centuries. I mean, for decades.
So
I say centuries for decades.
So, by the time Harriet get on that 20, it'd be we're about 10.
10.
So
that 20 gonna be worth 10.
What you think? Let's get into that, man. This ain't even a topic I thought of until just now. What you think about Harriet being on 20, man?
Why not?
Why not?
I mean, why not? I never understood why people had an issue with it. Like, what's the issue? I mean, let's just be real. Like, y'all put Andrew Jackson on what was he on the 5? Andrew Jackson?
I think
he's on the 20?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Andrew Jackson is like considered one of the worst presidents literally in history. Have you ever read up on Andrew Jackson? That was a wild.
I know.
That was a wild boy.
Yeah, I know he was crazy. That was
a wild one. So I don't get the issue.
Well, let me ask you a different way.
Okay.
So there's been a lot of pushback as far as things that have been awarded to black people being like symbolic gestures and nothing that's really considered tangible. Okay. So a lot of the pushback with the Harriet situation is that this will be another form of a symbolic gesture with no real not let's just say with no will, but just like I said, very much a symbolic gesture where people I think now are looking for like, okay, what policies are you gonna have for black people? What you know what I'm saying? Like
when you said tangible, I'm saying like what are they? Okay,
like actual like okay, what policies? Not like people like again, not people of color policies, not urban community policies, like black people policies. Okay. Like so people. So this is because I will say this. I'm not against it per se, but it doesn't really do anything for me for it to be on there.
Right.
So my thing is, I look at it more as just like another.
It's an aesthetic.
Yes. Like, look what we did. We put Harriet on a bill, nigga. Fuck out.
Blacks.
I did that.
Blacks, we did this for you.
Hey, we did it again, Joe. So I personally, again, I'm not anti the Harriet being on a 20.
But it doesn't do anything for you at the same time.
You're
just indifferent to it. You're just like whatever at this point.
Well, because like I said, man, I think the thing that we have to try to really look at as black people is to look at what is actually going to help us.
Yeah.
What's actually going to help us. Putting Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill is a nice gesture.
Put her on 100.
A nicer gesture.
That's
No, because I don't want to see these niggas with money phones and have Harriet on it. Well, they probably do it on 22. But.
Bro, they put Harriet on 20. You going to see niggas flexing 20s. I guarantee it. Guarantee it.
If you was at a strip club, would you toss a Harriet? Would you toss a Harriet on a girl cheek?
Absolutely. Positively.
That's why she should be on the bill. You niggas for the disrespect.
Positively.
Oh man.
I probably throw more Harriets than everybody.
That would be the phrase. Yeah, let me get a Harriet.
Hey, let me get some Harriets. That would definitely become the lingo for real, bro.
You got to change for a tub. You got to change for a tub.
That would change the whole dynamic of just the way people talk about money.
Jesus, man. Yeah, let me get a. Hey, can I get that change in Harriets?
How do you do? What would you design with a dollar bill on Harriet? That's interesting.
That's another thing too. Like,
what do you design that with?
What if a nigga use the wrong picture? Like,
yeah, I'm saying, what if y'all? Well, that's true though.
What if they use the wrong? Like,
what if they put the wrong picture though?
Yes.
Man, I don't know. That's
watch these I'm not gonna say crackers. Watch these white folk put the wrong black woman on the toilet. Like you say Harriet.
Y'all put Coretta Scott King. Coretta.
Nah, they gonna play the girl. They gonna play the lady who played Harriet.
Oh, that'd be wild. That'd be some wild shit.
That'd be awful.
What's a black person all white people like? What's a black girl all white people like? Beyonce?
Nah,
not Beyonce.
Never. Especially since that.
Oh yeah, you're right. That Super Bowl performance, it's been over.
It's over. Get this.
Yeah, it's been over.
Get this Negro off my screen. Nah. Who's a white person? Or excuse me, who's a black person?
A black girl that they all like.
Candace Owens. Or is that? Are you looking for something that's like a celebrity?
I'm talking about like celebrity type.
He don't know. He don't know.
What's a white girl?
Hey, video.
All the white people like. I think they still right. To an extent.
Okay, maybe like I guess your quote unquote liberal white women.
They gotta be, because we all like. When I think of white people liking black people, I immediately think of like O.J. Simpson.
Oprah.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
I say, yeah.
See, that's why I tapped your shoulder. See, that's a good one.
Okay, so Oprah. So.
All right, yeah. What if they accidentally throw Oprah on there?
If they throw Oprah on a bill?
Instead of Harriet Tubman, that'd be the wild shit. They like, yo, these new Harriet Tubman bills, and they throw Oprah.
Yeah, let me get that Oprah.
Boy, that'll be wild. That'll be some wild ones.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then they have to reprint it. I guarantee you that Oprah $20 bill gonna be worth like 1,000 though, because it's gonna be like so rare. What the fuck, man? I'm doing a deep dive on the dog. I didn't expect this.
Yeah, I just thought about.
Went down the rabbit hole, man.
I just thought about the bill, and
I never thought about that. Didn't they announce that like 2 years ago?
It was on the table, and then I guess it lost some traction. But now that's what I'm saying. Like, why? Like, oh, we're really gonna like Joe Biden's like one of his first orders of business is, all right, let me get that bill.
Let me get that bill out of here. Let me get this
bill thing taken care of. So
you think Joe Biden is doing his all to prove that he likes black people? Not saying that he genuinely has an issue. I'm just saying, do you think he's doing his all just to change that narrative? Because the narrative behind it was, hey man, you made all these policies in the 90s or the 80s.
Well, he did.
Joe old as hell.
He ended the government contracts with private prisons.
Right.
So I think that's a
big one.
Now see
that's big too.
Pardon me. So like something like that, like I can look at that and say, okay, that's a step in the right direction. So when I talk about things that I want to see, something like that is something that I want that I would like to see. So that, you know, as it stands now, I will give him credit for. You feel what I'm saying?
And prisons make a lot of. Have you ever looked at how much money prisons make?
I could only imagine.
Jesus
I don't know for certain, but I can. I mean,
you want to make money? Open up a fucking prison.
So I can.
Jesus.
So I can imagine. But see, something like that, I could look at and say, okay, that's a step in the right direction. Excuse me. But is he gonna do? To be honest with you, man. He's gonna be the president of the United States, which means black people gonna have to. They shouldn't expect that. Not saying you're expecting that, but I'm saying that realistically,
they're still politicians.
Yeah,
I definitely always keep that in mind.
You know, like I always say, two wings, same bird, and I mean that. Like I feel like at the end of the day, like you said, they're politicians, so they may in their eyes play for different teams, but the strategy is the same. The way they operate is more or less the same. Pardon me. The way they operate is more or less the same. And At this point, like I said, he just got in office, so I'm just
waiting on your stimmy.
Well, that too, but I'm just kind of going by what I see as far as like the orders that he's signing, the policies that he's changing.
Yeah.
So
I think he has a lot of pressure on him. He has a lot of I don't think people are going to let. I think Trump kind of forced people to pay so much attention to politics now that I don't think they're going to let the foot off the gas with him. I really don't.
So now going back to the Harriet thing, that's why I feel like as a priority thing, I'm not sure how high the Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill should be priority wise. Not to say it should never happen, but like I said, the first piece of news I want to hear from Joe Biden would be something like government ending contracts with private prisons.
Yeah,
that's the type of stuff I want to see. That's his priority. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I said. I could give him something for that. As far as his property.
I feel like that was a really understated thing that he ended because I don't think people really realize that's big.
Like I said, man,
that's a big industry.
And that to me, this is gonna really assess. I think people have really been reassessing how they analyze politics anyway, and we have to, especially as Black people. The biggest things that I think that we get caught up in is being emotionally charged and just not looking at actual policies and things like that, and looking at things from a like I said, and I say tangible, meaning what's gonna actually help Black people, not make them feel good. So I think we're starting to get into more of that stage of all right, Harriet thing is cool, but what's something that's going to help us and not just make us feel good. So right. That's all I meant by that. It's like I said, I'm not against the Harriet Tubman situation, but I think Black people, especially considering again, we're a big part of the reason that he's able to be called the 46th president.
Atlanta specifically.
You feel what I'm saying?
Atlanta saved you niggas. So I'm gonna say that to the end of this presidency.
It's
facts.
It is facts. So when you come up in blue flame, Joe, show some respect.
Exactly. What do you think Joe could? What's the coolest thing he could do? Go to Magic City.
The coolest thing he could do.
If Joe goes to Magic City, I think that will how do you think, outside of the media crucifying him? I think the general public would adore it.
No, see, but he got to do it. He got to follow. He got to have it follow up something. He got to have sound like a dope ass bill for Black people, and then pull up the Magic City.
Pull up the Magic City and sign it there.
Yeah, I did that.
Yo, if he did that, because he already brought in the Fulton County fire department captain. I don't know the proper terms, but captain during his inauguration to do the Pledge of Allegiance. So, just take it one step further. Go. You might as well just go. Come on down to Magic City. Sign the STEMI check.
Just come with it. Yeah, just as long as you come in and leaving with a policy for us.
Lit.
Yeah, don't just come with just come with no bans.
That's your next election.
Yeah, don't just come with no bans and be on your way.
Nah, you gotta give us our stimulus checks.
Yeah, you're there throwing around our donation money. We funded your campaign, nigga. But
I feel like Donald Trump was so crazy that honestly, if Joe did that, he could get away with it. Because it's we've already seen the president act outrageously, So does it really matter at this point?
Well, yeah. I mean, yes and no. I mean, yes, no, because we already have seen it, but.
I mean, you are.
Yes, because we already have. Yeah, because
we already have.
We still have to make the distinction.
But he can get that one off.
He
can get that one thing that you get one wild moment, and that should be it right there. I'm gonna fucking throw that shit in his Twitter.
Michelle have to yoke that nigga up and be like,
yo, I got the perfect thing for you. If you really want to win, if you want to win re-election, if you want a Black vote again, this is what you do.
Jesus Christ. All right, man. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I wanted to ask you as we transition into not sports just yet, but this week, the 26th was 1 year since the untimely death of Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, that was.
And
that's crazy. It's already been a year, man.
It's been a year. And it's I mean, of course, for the audience, not just Kobe Bryant, but we're talking about
Juice WRLD.
Well, no, I'm saying just in the helicopter accident.
Oh, my bad.
No, I'm saying, but just not. I mean, obviously, it's not just Kobe Bryant. There's other, there's other families and stuff that were on board. The pilot, his daughter as well. We're just gonna focus on Kobe for the sake of the conversation. So we went to what was that brewery place? Orphers.
We were in Sweetwater
Brewery, and that was after we got the news. And a year now, I was in my head. I still kind of don't even believe it. I mean, I know it's happened, but it's almost like it's still it's just still surreal, because I remember like getting a text message, or no, pardon me,
not thinking it was real.
Seeing the Facebook post of somebody who screenshotted TMZ, and I'm looking like, damn, TMZ, that ain't real. But I'm like, at the same time, I was like, yo, I don't know if they would play about. Like something like that. So, of course, I'm waiting. I'm refreshing my browser. I'm seeing other, I don't want to rehash the story, but basically, we found out that it was in fact true. The world was devastated. A year from now, have you kind of sat with it? Or have you thought about it?
I knew it was coming up.
Yeah,
but the day I actually meant to wear my Kobe shit on the 26th, and I kind of forgot. But I mean, did you see what happened this week? Like,
no.
Yeah. So it's been. It actually slipped my mind, but I did know it was coming. I knew it was coming up like 3 days prior to it. Actually, I knew it was soon. I just wasn't sure. But looking back on it, man, like I do remember where I was. It's crazy. Like I normally don't remember where I am when I first hear about certain deaths, but I do specifically remember where I was when I read about that, which was on my couch. Oh wait, weren't you? Cause you called me, yeah. But I was on I remember my friend texted me saying, "Hey man, turn on CNN, like it's about Kobe," and I'm like, "What?" And they said and then I was like, "What happened?" And then it was like he died. I said, wait, what? Like, I thought, because I remember getting that text, I thought they were going to say, like, oh, Kobe, like, donated or something. Like, anything. Like, I didn't expect that. There's not a lot of deaths that do that to me. Chadwick Boseman, I remember that. I found out when I was driving.
Yeah, I was on the phone, and I told my girl, and she told me that, she was like, nah. And I think I said on the podcast, I got mad because I was like, I wouldn't lie about that, but going back and listening to it, I was like, yeah, somebody just told me that somebody died like that. Out of disbelief. So,
did you see that? One of my friends said, when Kobe died, all y'all were posting all this stuff, but when Hank Aaron died, like, I'm barely seeing anybody post. But 2 different generations.
Yeah,
that's my argument.
That's not even really true. Like, if you live here, they gave Hank Aaron a shit ton of love, as he deserves.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about your audiences that you follow. Like, all I saw on my timeline when Hank Aaron passed were just different pictures of Hank Aaron when he was younger, when he was older. Yeah. And then when somebody when Larry King died, somebody posted the interview where he interviewed Hank Aaron.
Yeah.
So, I don't.
I didn't really give it much credence.
We gotta stop that, man. We gotta look. If you had, like, I know about Hank Aaron, and I'm appreciative for everything that he did for baseball. Even though I don't play baseball, I don't really watch baseball, but I know what his impact meant for young black men playing baseball, and I appreciate that. Now, I have the utmost respect for him. Like I said, ever since he's been out of baseball, he's been kind of running Atlanta. So, like,
it's true.
I've seen him in different events. I've seen him. I mean, not face to face, but I've seen him at events, and I've seen him around the city. And Atlanta has a great admiration for Hank Aaron that's been that way for the longest of times. So the reason a comment like that I don't really like is because he got his flowers when he was here.
Absolutely.
He got his flowers. And when he passed, he got more flowers from the world at large.
Yep.
And again, I don't really watch the baseball community like that, but I saw a lot of people who really love baseball. And again, this is different races of people. Black people, white people, white folks love baseball. A lot of rest in peace Hank Aaron for, just what he did. So he got his due. And I just really, we got to do the comparison thing about who got theirs, who got their flowers and who got, did you love them? Did you give them yours? That's all.
Exactly, and that's how I really wanted to say. I'm like, man, shut up.
Just worry about just worry about that, bro. Just worry about that. I didn't listen. My brother hated Kobe Bryant. Not hated him, but
I know.
But when we talk
as sports fans,
yeah, but you know what that means though. We know what that means as a.
I mean, that don't mean we respect you.
As a fan of sports, my brother hated Kobe Bryant as just a basketball player.
Yeah.
We had a conversation and he was like, "Bro, I don't even know." He was like, "I don't even know why I'm so upset about this." Like, my brother was really upset, and it goes back to just. Kobe, we all grew up watching Kobe. So a generation of people who he resonated with is just completely different. It's just completely different to where, again, we're talking about a year from now because a lot of us probably still don't even believe it. We still don't really have processed it. And just, seeing, and honestly, you really got to see Kobe once he left the game as just about the type of person he was. Like when he left basketball, he knew he had something else that he was wanting to take on and accomplish and do, and he was on his way to doing that with like films and stuff like that he was doing. So I think people had learned to kind of like him because it wasn't like he wasn't the guy that you hated on the basketball court anymore. He was just the guy who left basketball. He, and it's funny because there's a lot of people who are, and this isn't a knock on Shaq, but a lot of people who are really didn't like the way Shaq came at Donovan Mitchell last week about the whole, I said you didn't have to take what it takes to get to the next level. When Kobe, as he got older and he got away from basketball, you saw him like really embrace like a lot of the younger guys. So I think that was something that people really didn't think about with Kobe. They just saw him as a person. He didn't have a lot of friends when he was playing, but he loves basketball, and he was very much involved with not even just men's basketball, with women's basketball as well. Huge women's basketball ambassador. His daughter obviously played as well, Gigi. But I just really think that we'll move on past this. We gotta talk about Wandavision because that shit is but yeah, man, it's just still surreal to me, and I try to, as we're talking about these people who've passed away in the past few weeks, and one of the things that's been kind of sticking with me is just their contributions, what they've done with their time. So that's what I try to take away from these types of things is just like why they were here, what did they do with their time, and I think we have to kind of make sure we remember that even with the midst of everything that's going on with the pandemic and COVID and so on and so forth. We still have to try to remember how we can make use of our time and contribute, not necessarily to the world or nothing like that, but just in your own personal life, just things you can level up on and get better with. So, but
I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's been a year. That's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
I think that there's a thing like Hank Aaron lived a really long life, and there's a big difference. Like Kobe's death I think Kobe's death just impacted a lot more people, mainly because just the way it happened.
I mean, there's different factors. The
age difference, the fact that we were finally starting to see a different side of Kobe. Because remember, everybody only knew Kobe mainly for, destroying niggas on the court. Like, for real. And then before you know it, he retires. He wins an Oscar. You start seeing these different things, and it's just like, now we're finally starting to see who he is as a person. Because I feel like that was always overshadowed by his basketball career. And I feel like as soon as the world was finally getting to know him, he was gone. And I think that's the difference between him and, not saying Hank Aaron's death was any less impactful, but it's a difference.
It's just different variables.
It's different. Different variables. Man.
I mean, the man died in a helicopter. I mean, it's just,
exactly.
That's a little bit different from
natural cause. What was it? Natural causes with Hank Aaron?
I'm not. I don't want to say that for sure because I don't know 100% for sure. But
I'm not sure either.
I mean, he was twice Kobe's age as well, so that's the thing too. Like,
Larry King was natural causes. I don't know what.
Well, Larry King, he had contracted COVID a few weeks prior to him passing away. So I think the complications with that ultimately led to him passing away. But essentially, like you're saying, man, it was just different circumstances. So we just got to move away from the comparative thing, man. Especially when it's only true from your perspective. Like I said, if you ask anyone else, if you live in Atlanta, trust me, the funeral he had
was huge funeral.
So I don't even know what you're talking about. So we just gotta stop that. Kobe got his flowers when he passed. Hank Aaron got his flowers when he passed. Hank Aaron been getting his flowers for the past 50 years. Mm-hmm. So rest in peace to both his brothers, man. And it's been a year, but Kobe, Gigi, the rest of the individuals and their families who were on that helicopter as well. Condolences to your folks, your families. And all right, man, without further ado, let's talk about it.
When's the last time we talked about music?
Man, no, I didn't. You know what, man?
What was the last musical release?
I saw something that Partynextdoor put out, but I listened to 2 songs.
I wanted to talk. I'm so glad you brought that up real quick. I think Kehlani really put a spell on this man. Oh, this whole EP was about Kehlani.
Well, I only heard 2 songs, so
the whole EP was about Kehlani. He had a song on there called "Girl from Oakland." I'm like,
oh, that's her. Yeah.
This man is. You can hear it. He had a song on there called "Let's Get Married" or "Married." Bro, this man is hurt.
Is it good?
It's okay. The EP itself is okay, but he found Cash Out, and that song is actually kind of a banger. But
yeah, I haven't. That's the thing, man. Like honestly, it's crazy because music hasn't been coming out, so I just happened to scroll on my Spotify, and I saw that he put something out, and then other than that, I think Dirk put something out. A single or something like that.
He put out a deluxe version of his album, The Voice.
Yeah. There was a song with Brent Faiyaz and Tyler, the Creator, that I like that came out.
Gravity?
Yeah.
I listened to that.
Yeah.
It was cool.
It was cool.
I thought it would be better.
Yeah, I thought the instrumentation was too much.
I feel like they went too trippy.
Yeah. I thought it was I really didn't think it lended well to Brent's vocals. Now I liked his vocals, but I don't know. I felt like Frank Ocean was unavailable.
So you just said,
hey,
call Brent.
And not that Brent is garbage.
Nah, Brent, far from it.
But it just sounded like Frank should have probably been on there.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see that.
And even just Tyler's verse was kind of like all
short.
Right. Yeah, it's like, hey man, we ain't made no music in a while, man. So it was a cool song, like you said. I wasn't, blown away by it, but oh yeah, that's right. We've been recording since before that.
Yeah, this man pushed record 3 hours ago.
Try to get that B-side footage but yeah, man. I listened to a few songs, and I have a question. Are you familiar with Knowledge, producer?
Yeah, with the X. Yeah.
So I just kind of got hip to this he's done a bunch of loops over old Meek freestyles. Mm-hmm. And I just got wind of that. So I was thinking of you have Freddie Gibbs with Alchemist and who else? Well, but you get what I'm saying. Freddie Gibbs with Alchemist. But I was just thinking damn, what if Meek did an album with Knowledge?
Meek?
Yeah. I thought, my opinion, it just because it sounds different from obviously what he usually raps on,
right?
But I kind of like the blend of the hard rapper with the, I don't want to say soulful beats, but you're less traditional.
I've always liked that.
Yeah, so to me, hearing Meek on something like that would kind of sound kind of interesting.
Did they drop a song together?
No, it's not a song they dropped together. It's just on Knowledge's And he does this with other artists as well, but he has a volume. It's 6 volumes of he has loops, and they're all old Meek freestyles.
Huh.
Yeah. So they're really dope. But and even the video he does, he on his YouTube page, he does the actual video from the freestyle, mm-hmm. and then he has the his instrumental over it. So, but that's kind of what he's done that for a while though. Not even just with Meek stuff, but just I guess it's how he promotes his beats. So people won't I guess people won't use them. He'll just put like a verse or something over them.
Right.
So, but yeah. So yeah, I've actually I kind of caught wind. I don't know how I caught wind of it, but
that seems like that's a random thing to catch wind of.
Yeah, but
interesting.
Yeah, I kind of rock with it. And this is like well, hopefully. I mean, Meek now is kind of like he kind of made it, but this is like the hungry Meek with the braids Meek.
Meek with the braids.
So So it just sounds really cool. So
he might be able to. He probably
can get that back.
He probably could tap in with him if he really wanted to.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I just thought it was interesting. But I like Knowledge. I know he has a project with Anderson .Paak I really like that they did some years ago.
I think I remember the No Worries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
So. But yeah, man. All right, let's go ahead and move over to some TV. We're gonna get into Wandavision. So we've been.
Is that all you're watching?
No, not all I'm watching, but
I feel like we could talk. That's all I was asking. I feel like we could talk about WandaVision.
Well, I could quickly get into
episode 4 was pretty jam packed.
Well, yeah, I could quickly get into a few things I watched really quick. I did watch The Little Things with Denzel Washington.
Give us your non-spoiler review.
Jared Leto and Rami
Malek.
Okay, Rami Malek. It is a slow burn. I'm not gonna give no spoilers. So if you haven't watched it, you are probably gonna be looking at your slow burn type of movies. I thought it was okay. It kind of gave me Seven vibes. If you've seen Seven with Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
To a lower scale. The acting is pretty good, I will say. It's kind of interesting to see Denzel not be like the man in the movie.
Because he was the man for so long in every movie.
Yeah, it is interesting to see him in a different dynamic. His character is, Denzel usually has like a character. He's just a smooth, just like, i.e. like a Frank Lucas or Alonzo Harris or, just either a smooth dude or just an upstanding dude that people like really fuck with him.
What is he in this?
They're not fucking with him in this movie.
They're not really okay. It's a change of pace.
So he's like a police deputy, but his coworkers and apartment members, they not really fucking with him. And you kind of in the movie you kind of find out why as it progresses. But yeah, so he's working with Rami Malek in the movie because Rami Malek is like a young detective, like a kind of I guess he kind of not sees himself in him, but out of respect for Denzel's character, Rami's like, okay, well he can work with us type. So because he knows he's heard of this guy, he's like, this guy is blah blah blah. He's like, but all right, respectfully, I'll let him rock. And then again, I don't want to give it away too much, but they, in the pursuit of who they're looking for, they come across Jared Leto's character, and Jared Leto has a very interesting take, and he's definitely weird. He's weird in this movie, but it works. He's weird, but it works. And to be honest with you, he was probably the most intriguing character to watch because he makes you kind of want to see where this is gonna go.
Okay. So
he's weird, but he's like vague, and he's kind of somewhat arrogant in a way. Like when they there's a few scenes when he's interacting with the officers, a little bit of arrogance. All in all, it's a pretty good movie. If you love Denzel, it's probably not his best work in my opinion, but it's a solid movie. And if you're a Jared Leto hater, this is probably some of his better work actually. So you may not say a hater, but if you still hanging on to the Joker shit, which I get it. Joker was garbage, but
right.
This one is.
Is it worth to watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know. I don't.
It seems like one of those movies you just gotta watch because I feel like any little thing will spoil it.
Yeah, and like I said, it's very much a it's a good movie. Would I go back to it? Not in a heartbeat, but from on a slow in the slow burn stratosphere, I've seen better. But it's a pretty good movie. So, other than that,
what happened to Morbius? Are they still making it?
I think they're still in the works. I think that's still in the works.
I think that's gonna be a really good one that people are overlooking.
I do too, man. I think sometimes people they go too extreme with people. If a person has a bad movie, one bad movie, or even a couple of bad movies, I watched the trailer for Morbius and I saw some promise. I saw some potential. So I'm not gonna jump out the window and just say, "Oh, Jared Leto's in it." Boo. You know what I'm saying? I saw some potential, so I'm willing to wait and see. How that
he gonna smoke that shit.
He may, and then he might have to put some respect on his name. So, but I don't know the status of it just yet. But I know I saw a trailer for it a while back, and
it's been like 3 years, maybe long. Morbius. That Morbius trailer been out for a while.
3 years. I was gonna say, but niggas be adding sauce. I'm like, yo,
I was still in the Navy when that came out.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. I was like, yo, this nigga lying his ass off.
Am I wrong?
Like 3 years. That's what I'm saying,
bro.
Oh
shit, it is only been a year.
That's what I'm saying, my nigga. Like 3 years. It's like, where you get that from? I mean, where's the whole Black Panther? Did Black Panther even come out before that? Like,
oh man, I'm bugging. I thought that shit's been. That trailer came out a long time ago.
Yeah, Black Panther came out 3 years ago.
Oh man.
Yeah, bro.
I'm tripping.
I was like, what clock you on? Yeah, that was. Yeah, I was. Yeah, so it hadn't been that long. Now that we've rehashed it, it hasn't really been that long. But no, but yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see what happens. Haven't finished the Tiger doc, the second half of it.
Messing up, man.
Shit happens.
I feel you.
It's only so much stuff you can watch, man. It's only so much stuff you can. Although I did watch this anime, Demon Slayer, that I actually really liked.
I heard that was good.
It's pretty good.
I mean, I don't watch anime, but I heard it was good.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. I mean, it's your I'm not gonna say your typical story, but it's kind of your typical story of
boy meets girl.
No, boy has family slaughtered, and then he joins a group that slaughters the demons who slaughtered his family. Oh,
so it's a redemption arc.
Kind of. So like basically, it's basically about a kid and his family gets killed by demons. His sister is bit by a demon, but she doesn't die, but she's about to become a demon, so he's trying to save her. He gets approached by there's a demon slayer corps, is what they call it. He gets approached by this dude who's a demon slayer, and he's trying to kill his sister because he's like, oh, she out here wilding. But in the midst of him trying to kill her, they have a tendency typically a demon's behavior is to just basically attack humans. So in the midst of them having an altercation, he gets ready to kill her, thinking that she's about to kill her brother, but then she protects her brother.
Okay.
So then he's like, fuck. So he tells the kid to take his sister to this guy, and the guy ends up training him to become a demon slayer, and that's kind of how the show starts. But it is really good. The animation is good. A couple of characters are, I mean, you kind of get that style of anime. A couple of characters are kind of annoying, but it's a really good story. It's not really a romance story. It's more like a brother sister
right
bond story. And but yeah, it's really good. It is really good.
Huh. I might watch that one.
Yeah. So.
Is it better than the one that I hyped up and then y'all told me was actually pretty average? What was that one? Blood of Zeus? Y'all made that shit sound like, I said, yo, this show is good. Y'all.
If you like Blood of Zeus, you're gonna very much enjoy Demon Slayer. And if you come in here and fix your mouth and say it wasn't all that, we gonna have a conversation. We gonna have a different conversation. At the very minimum, it looks a lot better. It's better. Drawn a lot better.
What is this? Y'all don't think it was
the animation? Listen, man. See, we haven't been exposed to better. You don't know better. It's okay. You haven't been exposed to better, so you don't. It's fine. It's cool. It's cool. You think Blood of Zeus is like up here? It's cool. You're gonna watch. You're gonna be like, damn, that's a pretty good animation. This is real shit. so yeah. Yeah. Listen. You say, look, I shot you bail because you say you're not really. And honestly, I wouldn't even consider Blood of Zeus anime.
What was it like?
It's animation, but like anime is like a particular like Japanese style, and it's more like the typical like your the big eyes and usually colorful scenes. So think of kind of like your Bleach. You familiar with Bleach?
Yeah.
So more along those lines. Blood of Zeus is kind of just like they drew some shit and
put a story behind it.
Yeah, Not that it was okay. It was sorry. I don't mean no harm, Doc. It was okay. It was okay. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it, man. That's all I've watched. But obviously not all I watched, but
right.
What about you?
Right now I'm still watching The Sopranos. I'm still on season 1 though. I've only watched one more episode since the last time man, you know what? You know why I can't binge watch? Why I try not to binge watch? Because I realize how much time goes by.
Why you say Blood of Zeus, man?
I remember that. I remember that moment. I said Blood of Zeus was lit. And y'all like, man, that shit trash.
I forgot you watched that. I forgot you said that shit was fire. But no, you say you watched Soprano. Or you kind of.
Yeah, I'm watching it like one episode every 2 weeks. Because they're like an hour long. Because Sopranos, man, honestly, I can see myself wasting the whole day on that show.
No, I get you.
I try to like...
You got to ration. And, you're in a good space to where, it's already out, so it's not like you have to worry about...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Spoilers and all that.
Well...
people aren't talking about The Sopranos.
Well, luckily, because sometimes you get to... No, but sometimes you get to a nigga who watched the shit. And, you get to the part where...
Yeah. Well, I haven't told anyone I'm watching it, so.
Well, yeah, you told me, but I haven't really watched it. So, but no, you're in a good space. It's an older show, and you can take your time with it. No need to. You know what I mean?
I'm watching Sopranos, Dead to Me, which is a show about a widow. I kind of like ruined the spoiler for everybody in the room, but I'm not gonna do it on the podcast. But it's a show about a woman whose husband dies. He's hit by a car. And you go through her daily life of watching her having to cope with that, and then finding out secrets about her husband that she just never knew, and then she makes a friend, and the friend has a lot more to do with the story than I expected. It's a really well written show, and the acting is so goddamn good, man. I'm starting to pay attention more to acting now, I guess, and. Like I always have, but I guess now I'm more technical with it. And the acting in that show is like really superb, man.
That's what's up.
They took their time with it. And I don't know if you were into like those types of shows where every episode is just something major happening, then that's definitely your type of show. Cuz it's really good, man. It's a really good show. It's 2 seasons out. And they're only like 30-minute episodes. So, you can make it through.
Sweet.
Dead to Me. What else? Did I watch anything else? That might be it for me. Oh, and Wandavision.
Well, all right. So that leads us into Wandavision. So episode 4 was released Friday. You and I both watched. Well, we didn't watch it together, but you and I both have seen it. And give me your thoughts.
I think shit about to get real. Well, you kind of already knew it was about to get real at the end of episode 3, but episode 4 was really like, oh no, it's real. Now I see why y'all got me waiting a week every week now. Cause
possible spoilers.
Those first 3 episodes, y'all definitely could have let them things off at 1 week.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, I still kind of wish they would have let it cook. But they got right to the point where I was like, all right, this is time. This is make or break. It's make or break time. If
I think that's where they are right now.
So,
y'all are in make or break territory.
So I think what they did with episode 3 was kind of like, all right, relax, niggas. We got something coming. So the way they ended episode 3,
they timed it right.
They kind of left you, okay, what's going on? So episode 4, without spoiling it, possibly, it ties it in, of course, as we saw.
To all the previous episodes, and a pretty well way too. It's a pretty well written episode.
Yeah, so basically it ties up a lot of the loose ends from the first 3 episodes where there's just a lot of ambiguity and uncertainty. This made a lot more stuff make sense.
Even the credit scene made sense.
And not only that, this kind of Marvel's really good at this thing. It's funny because we watch like people's analysis of the episodes and just certain theories that they have, and Marvel is just really good at giving you stuff that could be something, that could not be something. Like a certain element of a show may have to do with a certain character that's not on
that
screen
you don't
yet.
even know about.
Yeah, or just a certain element could do with like a certain part of the plot that we may not be. Like I've heard of I've heard rumors about, because the woman we come to find out is Monica Rambeau, who at one point was a Captain Marvel in the comics.
Right.
So, I've seen certain theories on the show based off of how she may have come into, if they do give her powers, how she may have come into that. I personally think episode 3 has a lot to do with how that might have come to be.
Yeah.
But what I liked is they, like the first episode.
Wait, that's your theory.
I think that may have my guess would be that is in part how she may have gotten her powers. Now, I liked how they kind of set it up from the time frame of what's going on, what went on in a previous movie.
I did like that.
And you kind of saw.
I'm telling you, Marvel hit a point now where it's like, hey, if y'all don't know, you just don't know.
Yeah. So that's
where they are.
This was a very. This kind of made me see, like, okay, why are people hyping this? Why are people gassing this show up? And it's like, okay, all right. I see what you got cooking.
I see what we're doing.
See what you got bubbling. So, it's a very good episode. Very different. Very different from a film perspective, from a visual perspective. I mean, there's a bunch of different characters that we get introduced to. Not a bunch, but there's different characters that we get introduced to.
They bring back old characters that you
a couple
actually forgot about.
Yeah, they bring back a couple of old characters, and now that we've watched this episode, what do you think? And this is just thinks because we don't know. What do you think happens next?
I don't know. And I think that's the thing. See, because what Marvel did was really smart. Because the whole internet was theorizing already, before the show even came out, that this was all made up by Wanda, even before the show came out. So instead of Marvel waiting until the end of the season to reveal that, they revealed it in episode 4. So they basically lay all your theories to rest. They're like, okay, well, now y'all niggas really don't know what's going on. Because I think that's where they are now. They hit a territory now where it really could just be anything. But I'm glad they did that, though. I'm actually glad they handled it that way because that makes me more excited. But what happens now? Shit. I don't know. They can go. There's too many directions they can go. That's the thing.
I think she's going to come to a revelation. Wanda is going to come to a revelation that's going to cause her to become, even more so than she's already starting to become now, highly unstable.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. I think the world she created is going to start becoming a little bit more crazier, and people already had the theory that that lady was the neighbor. I forgot her name already.
Oh, the neighbor.
Yeah, the
Harkness.
The Harkness, or
He ain't listening. That's fine. Who's the neighbor?
Who's the neighbor that everybody thinks she is? Agatha Harkness. Yeah. Okay, so you had that theory floating around that it could possibly be her, and it's I don't know. They kind of blew the lid open with this episode. I really don't know where they're gonna go at this point. But I like it. I really like that they did that.
Well, I like that they see. I think that's good as well. They made the first 3 episodes make sense without giving away too much going forward. Just a bunch of questions that we have, which is kind of funny because they had a scene where they were taking down some notes, and kind of some of the same questions that we have.
Yeah, that was actually the really cool part of that was like a meta moment for the episode. It was like they're watching what we're watching, and then they're like, "Wait, we don't even know what's going on."
Yeah. So yeah, man, I think it's what we got 6 more episodes, or is it 10 episodes? 9.
So we're only on 4.
So all right. So 5 more episodes that are coming, and I am now. See, now I went from being like impatient and frustrated to now I'm like, all right,
what's happening?
What's going on? And I'm not, but I'm. Pardon me. I'm happy. Like I'm happy. Okay, now my first question was answered. What's going on? But now my next question is what's about to happen? But that's not so impatient. Like now I kind of wait to see. All right,
I'm excited to see what they do next.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, especially that scene with Vision, like, and then you kind of had hints towards the episode prior where the lady was like Ultron when she mentioned Ultron.
Well, yeah,
it's like, I don't know, man.
And then even like the neighbors and them, like I said, they were wanting to tell certain information that they couldn't. And are they going to stay outside from the perspective of Sword, or are they going to go back into Scarlet Witch's reality and see how are they going to tell the story?
Yeah, they're gonna need to make longer episodes.
Yeah,
I think it'd be crazy. See, because that's the thing. I noticed what you said before was that they went through different cycles of the television. I noticed that this episode, even the intro, they brought the intro back to current. Mm-hmm. On the previous episodes, they weren't current. But on this episode, they did the current intro. The episode was slightly longer. And I'm like, what if they're actually following the formats of TV? Because that's what it's looking like. It's looking like every episode took place in a different decade. Yep. And now you're hearing the current. And
so now you're going to be looking at possibly longer.
They even changed the aspect ratios on when went back to Wanda's reality. The aspect ratios changed. It was a lot. So I'm like, wouldn't that be crazy if they started making episodes maybe 45 minutes? Like that was the game plan the whole time. That would be some wild shit.
Why is it that people like Marvel's confusion but hate Christopher Nolan's confusion?
Huh. Is that hypocritical?
If it is, who gives a shit? But like,
I think because Christopher Nolan, see, Marvel has a catalog. They have comics. They have stuff you can connect it to. Christopher Nolan's vision is just Christopher Nolan's vision.
That's a good point.
So you don't like, he made Inception, but there aren't Inception comics. So what can you point them to?
I got you.
So I think, I don't know.
Because our confusion can be kind of connected to something. We can kind of try to make sense of it based off of what.
Yeah, we have stuff to connect it to. Christopher Nolan's universe is literally in his head.
That's a good answer. So no, that doesn't make us hypocritical. That's actually a good answer. That's a good. I don't know why it just came to my mind because like I said, like it's so much that's going on in the show. Stuff that's overt, stuff that's not as direct.
Previous episodes like the helicopter, how they explain how the helicopter got there.
Yeah,
stuff that I thought that was kind of cool because it was stuff. I like that Marvel's like, because one thing Marvel has had a history of is like kind of doing shit and then never like going back to it. But I like with this show that they're doing little things and then going back to those little things Like it's like no, this didn't happen. Like there was a reason. That's what I like about the show. Everything is happening for a reason.
Yeah.
The beekeeper. Because honestly, they could have dropped the beekeeper shit and nobody would have ever thought about it. But they didn't. They brought it back. It was a lot of shit. That's what I like. I don't know, man. I like this shit. This show lit.
Yeah, very, very, very intriguing. Pardon me. I didn't watch Your Honor because they didn't release it last week. For some reason, not for some reason, because sometimes shows, for some reason, when they release like weekly, they have like a week where they don't release. They used to happen sometimes with Power when I used to watch it back when it was good.
They would just decide to just randomly not.
There would be like a week that they wouldn't release the episode.
That's weird.
It was weird, and I just kind of got used to it. But yeah, Your Honor didn't release the episode last week, so I was about to get mad, but then I was like, oh, never mind. There ain't nothing there. So yeah, this week, the trailer I saw for this week's episode looks pretty intense.
How many episodes? This is a limited series, but how many episodes are they doing?
10.
Oh, okay.
This is like episode 7 or 8 that's about to be out this weekend. So it's basically the dude knows, spoiler alert, the dude knows that the judge is involved with what happened to his son. And unfortunately, there's been another predicament to where the judge can be useful to him, to where you don't have to kill him, which is basically trying to get his son from being, his other son from being put back in jail, or possibly the death penalty. So, but yeah, it's starting to pick up a lot of. That show has a lot of tension, man. That's one thing I like about the show. There's just, it's not a lot of action, but it's a lot of great acting with a lot of tension, and like the scenes are very like tense. There's a lot of like, what the fuck are these motherfuckers doing? What are you doing?
What's going on?
Bro, what are you, like, you know what's going on, but it's like, bro, why? Like, what are you doing?
Right.
So, but yeah, man, so I'm looking forward to that as well. So we're going to obviously keep tabs on WandaVision. And, we'll be back to discuss it next week. And,
what's your, what, outside of the movies that's already released, what movie are you anticipating most from the Warner Brothers thing?
Outside of what's already been released, it's a good question.
And which one do you think is going to be trash?
Well, what if I say a lot of them? I will say, and we said this off mic, I can't say I'm looking forward to Matrix 4.
Yeah.
I can't say.
You know John Wick 4 is releasing the same day.
Oh, say less. Oh, say less.
You know that?
Oh,
they released
man.
the same day.
So, yeah, don't tell me shit about the Matrix when you got yo, man. John Wick is one of the most surprising franchises.
John Wick is the movie that wasn't supposed to hit, and it hit.
I thought when I liked it, I thought I was tripping. I was like, maybe it's just I set the bar like really low.
Nah,
and
John Wick deserve all the praise.
Yeah, bro. I mean, and it's funny because you already know what it is now, so they can kind of like just keep like the stale dialogue, all that shit that you kind of like have been rocking with for
you hate in other movies, but you let it
just
rock
been
in
rocking
this
with.
movie.
Yo, the funniest shit was when he in the beginning when he was like, "Yo," he called the mob boss called John Leguizamo's character, and he was like, "Yo, I heard you struck my son." He said, "Yes, sir, I did." He's like, "I'd like to know why." Yeah, because he stole John Wick's car and killed his dog, and the dude was like, "Oh," and he got on the phone up.
What easy writing.
He said, "Oh," but what they did with that was they kind of told you who John Wick was before he even killed anybody.
Yeah.
Before you saw him kill anybody on that screen, like they showed you the gravity of what his son, like the dude's son, like he even like beat the shit out of his son. Mm-hmm. He was like, "Dad, I can make it right." He's like, "Nah, you can."
Nah, you fucked up.
What did he say? You will do nothing because you can do nothing. I was like, "Oh shit!"
What a bar. What is something to tell your son?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Like, yo,
not to tell your son that, hey, bro,
I can't even save you. You can't save you.
You know what I just found out like recently when You know, because Kevin Nash is in that movie as well, the first one. He's he's a bodyguard. So when John Wick runs up on him, he says, "Hey, what's up?" I can't remember what his name was.
Oh, you talking about when you creeped up behind him?
Yeah, he was like, "I heard you lost weight." He said, "Yeah, about 30 pounds." He was telling him how many people was in the building.
Oh,
He wasn't talking about his weight at all. He was talking about how many people was in the building. So that's why he didn't kill him too. That's also why he didn't kill him, because he basically gave him like a tip. He said, "Go ahead and take the night off." And they were like, "Oh, thank God, thank you, John." But so that was a cue of how many people were in the building.
I never caught that.
Yeah, Kevin Nash, he had an interview and he said that's what that meant. So I never knew that.
That's cool.
Yeah, but that was pretty cool. But so now that I know that John Wick's coming out, I have my answer for the.
Well, that's not a Warner Brothers release though.
So the fuck what? Warner Brothers release. I am for some reason I'm kind of interested in not most interested, but like Suicide Squad. I kind of want to see.
Yeah.
I do kind of want to see how that pans out. Believe it or not. So.
Pull out my handy dandy phone and see what. I don't remember all the release, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's quite a bit of them.
We just talked about Kong versus Godzilla.
Mortal Kombat. You think Mortal Kombat gonna be good?
I don't know. See, it depends. You know, they had a like a YouTube series, like a Mortal Kombat like mini series that was out like several years. Like it was probably like 5 or 6. Not in your time, but like, cause I know you like to say stuff is 3 years when it's 1 year, but like maybe like 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay.
It was like a mini series. It was but it was actually like really good, like considering like the budget and like the stuff like that. It really just depends on. I don't know how they're gonna do the story, but you know the little second that I saw Sub-Zero getting ready to freeze something looked kind of dope, but they said it's gonna be rated R, which I think is always works in your favor.
Oh, I forgot about Doom.
Doom.
Oh,
Doom. Oh yeah, I forgot about that as well. I do want to see that. I would say
I feel like that's one of the movies I would rather see in the theater.
Yeah,
that looks like one of those movies like with the epic scale where it's like you got to be in the theater for this one.
Yeah, that's true.
I think some of these movies are going to be. I'm probably going to take a trip to the theater for.
Yeah, I think that the Kong and Godzilla movie, I'm pretty hyped to see.
Gotta see that in the theater.
Yeah, they disrespected my boy with Kong snuffed him. Kong
he did snuff him.
He snuffed my boy, and then jumped off the boat when he was getting ready to get his ass blasted, like a little bitch. So yeah, King Kong versus Godzilla. I'm looking forward to seeing. Cause honestly, I already kind of know how I already kind of think I know how the movie's gonna go. But you kind of like sometimes that's not bad. Sometimes you kind of know what you're gonna get with a movie, but you're still like, all right, just give me that. As long as you don't try to be like super extra. Mm-hmm. Like every movie doesn't have to be like a super surprise. Like I like the movies sometimes you can just go autopilot and just watch it.
Yeah.
And not worry about thinking and shit too much.
You know what movie I think is gonna be super underrated, and I think it's gonna actually be good? That Tom and Jerry movie. I got hope in that movie, man. I got hope. I think it's gonna be cool. I'm not saying it's gonna win an Oscar or some shit, but I think it's gonna be cool.
Well, I know you're not saying that, but
what if it turns out to be good?
Then I'll be happy because I like Tom and Jerry, but I can't say that I'm excited to see it. But I'm happy to be wrong. I was just like we just said, I was just wrong about John Wick. So look, man, I'm always happy to be wrong. I'm always happy to be wrong about a movie. If I thought it was gonna be trash, and it's good.
Yeah.
So that's good for me. That means I enjoyed it. So if I think a movie's gonna be garbage and then it turns out to be good, I'm happy because that means like, oh shit, it's good. So win-win either way.
You think LeBron is an underrated actor?
I don't know what he is. I don't know.
Did you watch Trainwreck?
Was it LeBron James playing LeBron James?
LeBron James playing LeBron James with who's the guy from Barry? Fuck. James Hader.
Bill Hader.
To Bill Hader.
Bill Hader. Yeah.
That movie.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't see that? You should watch it. It's really funny.
Isn't Amy Schumer in that movie also?
That's her movie. It's really funny, man. Honestly, I think you should watch it. Don't judge it off. Don't judge it off of that. It's good. It's funny.
But when you say underrated.
Oh well, he's only been in one movie.
Yeah,
but he smoked that shit. That was the thing.
He did good. He did. So I
think he has I don't know, man. Trainwreck. This is tangent, but I think Trainwreck. Well, depending on this movie too, Space Jam, how he does.
Well, I think Space Jam he'll have more of a presence in it, so it'll be more. I mean, like I said, I have an expectation of a artist. It's like, or not an artist, but like an athlete doing a movie who's not like an actor. So I expect it to kind of sound. I expect some of it to kind of sound like they're doing like a post game interview, like with just how they do their dialogue. But as long as it's funny and entertaining and kind of, he can be, and LeBron can kind of be silly. So
that's why you need to watch Trainwreck.
I think he'll do. I mean, I think he'll do good in it. That's why I don't think. Like I said, I just can't see Space Jam being like bad.
Why not? I can see him totally busting up this. You already like y'all said earlier. They could have easily just made this a Looney Tunes movie.
Well, that doesn't mean it has to be bad. It just means that you should have just called it something else.
Yeah.
But as long because the part of the Space Jam allure, it wasn't Michael Jordan. It was like the Looney Tunes niggas. It was like the secret stuff shit and the Monstars and the that whole appeal. Like Michael Jordan,
that nigga can't act.
The best scenes was like the niggas. The best scene in the movie was he wasn't even in it. It was the girl who was like, she met Charles Barkley and she started cooking that nigga. Mm-hmm. You ain't Charles Barkley. You just a wannabe that looks like him. Yeah, so Michael Jordan didn't have to really do anything in Space Jam except for just the little jump shit
and drop the shoes.
Yeah,
that was it.
That was that whole shoe thing and the arm stretching thing, but Michael Jordan didn't really have to do anything in that movie. So like I said, LeBron, I can't imagine he's gonna have to really do anything. He's a little bit more outspoken.
Well, yeah, that, and he's more into media. So I would imagine he's actually like gonna take.
I think that would kind of be a mistake because, like I said, the allure or part of the thing about Space Jam was having the Looney Tunes characters involved and integrated, and how does he gonna interact with them? Like that has to be funny. That has to be like.
I think it's gonna work better than Michael Jordan for sure.
So that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I say. That's why I say like I don't see how it could be like that bad unless it's like the dialogue is just shit or something like that.
Like you said, LeBron is definitely more sillier than Michael Jordan. So
yeah, so
I can see that working out way better.
So yeah, so I just could it be bad? Yeah, but I just let's motherfuckers just really just do it. Just mailed it in. I just can't see that.
Well, I think the worst movie out of all of them is going to be Zack Snyder's Justice League, and my most anticipated shit. I don't even know. They got too many. Possibly Doom. For me. It's between Doom and the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I could go with that. I can go with that. I'm gonna watch just about all of them. I can't see.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch all of them.
So, we'll have our feedback and synopsis and analysis.
Well, all right, man. Hour 30 in. Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Who's winning? Mahomes gonna take that thing, man. Mahomes or the Chiefs. I mean, I say Mahomes.
When is the Super Bowl? Isn't it like 2 weeks from now?
It is the following weekend. Yes, not this weekend. I think. Are they having a Pro Bowl?
Are they?
I think it's in Vegas. I think if I'm not mistaken, and I think they're doing it like they did last.
Yeah, they're having a Pro Bowl.
But it's like I think they're doing it like where they had like events.
Wait, what? The Pro Bowl's on Madden.
Well, that's news to me. But considering everything that's going on, I'm surprised that they even had something like that. So this doesn't actually sound surprising to me. because they don't have to play. So why make them play? Why make them put them at quote unquote put them at risk?
I don't watch these niggas play Madden.
Yeah, I know, but it is what it is.
COVID messed up.
That's why I'm confused about not confused, but like they're supposed to be having an All-Star game for the NBA.
They're just gonna do it. NBA ain't gonna care.
I'm just like, yo, if y'all worried about niggas touching each other, why the fuck are y'all gonna have them in an All-Star game?
Money.
Did you see that fucking So they hated on Kyrie giving his jersey to him and Bam Adebayo switching jerseys, but like when they were in Atlanta, they gave their jerseys to 2 Chainz.
No,
they gave their jerseys to 2 Chainz after the game.
Okay,
Kyrie and Kevin Durant.
That's lit.
But if you don't want him touching a player, why the fuck would you want him touching a rapper? Like that's what I don't understand. Like So it is no. Let me be clear. I have no problem with the trade, but it just makes the rule make less sense. Like, you don't want them to touch a player who's also getting tested probably as much as they are,
right?
But they can give their jersey to a rapper who y'all don't even know is getting tested.
Y'all don't even know where this dude came from.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that 2 Chainz ain't getting tested, but I'm just saying like it's out of their parameters. It's out of their parameter of control.
Maybe the NBA is scared of rappers.
I don't know, man. It just makes the rule sound more dumb the more stuff like this happens.
Well, yeah, but like we pointed out the fallacies behind the rules. I don't know. They're doing what they can to pretend like they care, but
yeah, but
it's
it's almost like yes, but it's contradictory in the sense of like. Or it doesn't make sense. Like I said, you got dudes sweating on each other, breathing on each other, diving for the same basketball. They're only playing with one ball. It's not like they got, you know what I'm saying?
Also, the NFL had an entire season. Why not just have them play in the Pro Bowl anyway? Why not COVID test the players that you already wanted, and if they fail that COVID test, then get somebody else?
I mean, you got a good point, and I feel like you said, people would much rather watch people, even if they did like the one year where they didn't really. I mean, I think they still played, but like the day before, they had like a bunch of those like events, like those.
Yeah, they had them like the fucking linebackers playing QB, and trying to hit the targets and stuff.
Yeah, like I thought that was kind of fun to watch. I thought that was kind of, you know what I'm saying, from an entertainment standpoint, just.
You know what? They can get this off because nobody watches the Pro Bowl. Do you watch the Pro Bowl?
Not really.
Okay. Yeah, nobody watches it. So maybe they can get this off. Maybe that's what they thought. Maybe they're like, nobody watches it.
Yeah. So, who knows? But you didn't give your pick. I told you I got Chiefs winning.
I got the Chiefs.
Oh, you did say Chiefs?
Yeah, I feel like their defense is too overpowered. I mean, their offense is too overpowered for that defense, man. I think their offense is too overpowered for a lot of teams. But
if Tom Brady wins, does he retire?
No.
I say yes.
Tom Brady likes bothering people, man. You know what I think he's going to do? I think he's purposely going to leave it on, like, a cliffhanger. Like, we'll see. Because he signed a 2-year deal.
What that mean?
Yeah, you're right. If he decides to retire, they're not going to stop him.
Yeah.
But, I think if he wins, he's going to fuck with people and say something on the mic like, we'll see. And just leave us all waiting.
Well, I think that's realistic. Like, I don't think it's necessarily fucking people because he'll probably be like, "Yo, I got to talk it over with my family." I'm sure because honestly, him wanting to retire or him retiring would be. I imagine he would want to really think about that. Now, I will agree with what you're saying. He will probably, in the process of him giving it thought, that's going to be like the conversation of until he makes a decision.
Well, that's also the most Tom Brady thing he could do is to leave it on the cliffhanger. That's what he did. Remember, that's what he did 2 years ago when he left. I mean, a year ago when he left, and then he turned that shit into a Hulu commercial.
Hey.
So I mean,
no, you're not wrong. I think I could see, like I said, people will be in suspense. People will have conversations. Obviously, every sports outlet will have segments on it. and then a different way of having the same segment by asking a different question the same way. So,
yeah.
Do you think segment 1? Do you think Tom Brady's retiring? Segment 2, if he does retire, what does that mean for his legacy? Segment 3, what if he doesn't retire? Segment 4, like
yeah. So and I think he's gonna play into that because I think Tom Brady legitimately likes fucking with people, like for real, and I think he's gonna just keep playing until he literally can't play anymore. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, I can see that.
Unless he gets injured or he's just legitimately trash one season, because he hasn't had a legitimately bad season yet. That's the thing. Like, he's had okay seasons, but he hasn't had a downward spiral season. So I feel like until that happens, I don't see him retiring. Like, I don't. I think he's just gonna keep coming back and making everybody mad.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. So,
but I think this will be the first Super Bowl that people don't get mad at him for. Cause I don't think I think after his first Super Bowl, people kind of was like, oh, "Okay, I hate the Patriots." But I think this is the first Super Bowl where people are like, "If he wins, he wins.
If he wins, so be it." Yeah,
because he's on the Bucs. I mean, he did it without Bill Belichick. He did it without the system.
No controversy. No
nothing.
Yeah,
it's just playing. So we can't. This is the one Super Bowl where it's like, if he wins, I wouldn't even be mad about it.
I agree. Anything else we got?
If I have a Super Bowl party, would you come?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm considering it. Cedric, would you go?
Oh,
okay. Okay.
That's funny.
It's under consideration, but I'll let you know.
Very well.
But all right, well, that's all I had, man. You know, I'm going to Insomnia Cookies.
You're what?
Insomnia Cookies. Insomnia Cookies. You never been there? Really?
No.
You want to go?
I don't know if I can have some.
Oh shit. I think they got a vegan. All right, we'll talk after pause.
No, they got well, not here. I don't know if it's still open, but they got a vegan bakery off near like the Kirkwood car wash. Dolce Vegan.
Never. I probably seen it.
You may have seen it, but yeah, it's a little vegan bakery over there off of it's actually Hosea Williams.
Okay.
So.
Is that far?
I don't think so. It's like maybe from here, maybe about 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I just don't know. I don't know what the hours are, but yeah, man. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up before. Yeah, we wrapping it up
before we get kicked out.
We wrapping up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you all for tuning in to this latest episode. If you check in the description, we'll have the timestamps for each topic as well as our social media links to connect with us. And if you guys are, well, actually, no, Super Bowl's next week. Never mind. So you all have a good week, and don't do nothing else crazy unless you're going after the government. Then by all means, do something crazy.
Let's take dog to the moon, guys.
Listen,
look, I'm trying to retire.
And I challenge every white person to celebrate Black History Month without giving us our typical black figures. We know what Martin Luther King did for us. We don't need you to start with that.
Give us somebody new,
right? So yeah, give us some new history.
Give us some new.
Yeah. Yeah. So that'll be all for this episode. I am Jay.
I'm Jay.
And we're out of here.